Hello and welcome back. I love that you're here. The fact that you're showing up says a lot about you. Seriously, most people's willingness to stick with anything new is pretty low. And today, we're going to find out exactly why. There's a reason most people give up early on, and there's a reason the top 10 to 20% of people do stick with things. It's why they're able to create wealth, health, connection. It's why they're able to create lives in which they feel fulfilled. So thanks for showing up. In the last session, we learned about the unseen force called beliefs. And today, we're going to be learning about another unseen force. The concept is basic, but it's a power unseen driver in our lives. And by that I mean, while we may think that we're in the driver's seat of our lives, most of us are not. And this one concept is really the driver. Now, it's been with us our entire lives, weighing in on almost every decision and action in our daily lives. But it's a background program running continuously, and we don't pay attention to it because most of us don't know to pay attention to it. Now, once we realize the program is there, take note of it and understand it, we then have access to a whole new level of control in our life. Sound pretty interesting? Sound cool? It is. Let me ask you a question. Why do you do anything in your life? Really? Why do you do anything? Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you eat what you eat? Why do you listen to the music you listen to? Why did you marry the person you married? Or why are you with the person you are? And why do you watch the shows you watch? Why do you take sugar or cream in your coffee or not? Why do you volunteer or not? Why do you shop? Why do you play sports or watch sports? Would you like to know why? And would you be surprised to know that the answer is the same, exactly the same for all people, no matter what race, no matter where in the world they are. It's really simple when we break it down. We want these things because we want to feel good. That's it. We want to feel good. Now, that phrase encompasses several things. Feeling good could mean happy. It could mean feeling warm. It could mean feeling excited or safe or fulfilled or responsible. For instance, jumping out of a plane may feel exhilarating and scary, but it's another way to feel good. We do it because it feels positive. Now, jumping out of a plane may not feel good to everyone, but for those who jump out of planes, they do it for that rush. And that rush is a way of feeling good. Maybe you get that rush by watching sports or watching your kids perform. You may feel good riding your bike or taking your dog for a walk or watching a movie or relaxing, whatever. These things feel relaxing, enjoyable, peaceful, fun, all of which are in the category of good, right? We don't feel bad when we do these things, we feel good. And humans always want to maintain the sense of feeling good, and they want to avoid feeling badly. Does that make sense? Does that ring true? You want the things in your life because they offer a sense of feeling good. For instance, getting married, having a family, getting a job, buying a house, contributing to a charity, volunteering time, etc. That all those things offer a sense of feeling good, and we want to feel good and avoid feeling bad. Now, once we understand this basic concept, we understand the invisible driver of almost every one of our actions and decisions. Keep in mind that we're always trying to keep the sweet spot of feeling good, all right? Now, we're faced with hundreds or thousands of decisions every day. How we decide is going to either create a sense of feeling good or feeling bad, period. Or to put it in other terms that Anthony Robbins uses, pain or pleasure. The interesting thing is that we will frequently do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. You see, we are hardwired to avoid pain and seek pleasure, but avoiding pain frequently wins out over gaining pleasure. Now, I know this is going to sound overly simple, and you may object, but as we go on, you're going to see that these two forces influence every single decision. Let's look at a few examples. An easy example is health. We know that it's in our best interest to work out on a regular basis, yet how often do we follow through with this? Many people don't keep fit. Why? Why? because they associate pain or not feeling good to the act of working out. It may physically hurt or result in being sore, or you have to get dressed for it or travel to the gym, or it might be raining out and it doesn't feel good to walk or run in the rain. Or my workout buddy isn't available and it doesn't feel good to work out alone. Do you see all the not feeling good or painful reasons that affect our decisions not to work out? Who would want to work out if there was so much pain associated to it? Do you think everyone looks at working out this way? Aha, now we're on to something. You see, some people focus on how great they'll feel after they work out, how they will feel proud that they kept their word, right? They'll feel good that they are building momentum. And they may even feel good from all the endorphins during the workout. I know I do. I don't always want to work out. Believe me, I definitely don't always want to work out. But I'm always glad I did do it when it's all finished, when it's all completed. And it's important to focus on the end goal, how good you'll feel, right? Let's take eating, another subject. How often do we eat to feel good? We know that our favorite food is going to taste so good. It brings us a feeling of security and enjoyment. Even if we know we shouldn't eat that chocolate or the ice cream or the pizza because it conflicts with our image of being healthy, we still eat it because we know we're going to feel good in the moment. And that pleasurable feeling outweighs the future pain that we're going to feel later about having eaten it. Now let's take this to the extreme. What happens when we eat so much that we gain a bunch of weight, we feel terrible, or we have to buy different clothes because our regular clothes don't fit? Well, now we just crossed quickly out of the feeling good zone or the pleasure zone and into the pain or feeling bad zone. And if that feeling bad or pain gets too great, then we're motivated into action in the way of, geez, I've got to change the way I'm eating and start exercise. Suddenly, working out seems less painful than feeling so terrible about being overweight or unfit. This is the classic dieter's yo-yo effect, right? Eat to gain pleasure and security, but then there's a tipping point where the result of eating so much is painful and we decide to get into action and get healthy. I'll give you another example. This one I'm really familiar with. It's about taxes. Do you pay your taxes well before they're due on April 15th? Or do you wait until the last minute and have to scramble to get everything together? Or maybe you have to file an extension. Why? Because the thought of having to get all that paperwork together, find all those receipts, is painful. And if we think we may owe money, it becomes way more painful, right? But what if you know you're going to get money back? What if you're going to get a return? Then you may get into action and turn in your taxes early because getting a refund feels good, right? We're motivated by pain and pleasure. They both can be a source of motivation. And in fact, we need both of them. And it's kind of like the carrot and the stick. We need the discomfort of the whip at our backside to wake us up, to move us forward when we become uninspired. And we need the carrot out in front of us to remind us what we want. But that carrot is much more than just the carrot. It's our dream, our vision, our goal. Now, the image of the donkey with the carrot, it's not quite the perfect example because the carrot is just always out of reach, right? The donkey never really gets to it, maybe at the end of his day. But the donkey moves forward to try to get it, and the carrot moves out. It never really gets it. Our goals are not like that. Our dreams and goals are attainable. They are within our reach, and we set ourselves up for success. We just take baby steps. We do the work necessary to manifest them. So I invite you to embrace that illustration of the carrot and the stick, and know that there will be breakdowns along the way. It's part of how we learn. And you know what is really cool about a breakdown? It's that you have to have a breakdown to have a breakthrough. Seriously, think about it. Every breakthrough usually feels freeing and empowering. They frequently bring about that aha moment, right? Or a feeling of triumph or lightness. For each of those moments, there has to be a breakdown. So when you're in a breakdown, know that a breakthrough is nearby. It's just waiting to happen. Now, do you know anybody in your life that is frequently in breakdown mode or experiencing the same breakdown over and over? Why do you think they are in a perpetual breakdown? Well, believe it or not, it's because of pain and pleasure. You see, some people have linked pleasure to having drama in their life all the time. Because what happens? They frequently get attention, right? They're frequently the victim. They get help or they get sympathy. Now, the drama may not feel good, but the attention or feeling of significance they receive does feel good. Do you follow me? We do that frequently, don't we? We experience a common breakdown, maybe with work or with a spouse. Well, now you have another tool to use when that happens, or before it happens, because now you know that all your decisions are based on trying to avoid pain and gain pleasure. Think about that in light of a reoccurring challenging situation in your life. Maybe it's with a relationship or something at work. How might you do something differently? Now, remember, most people will do more to avoid pain than gain pleasure, but also know that getting to your goal is likely going to involve some discomfort or pain. It's going to require you to be courageous, which means you're going to have to face some fears. Fear can be painful, but how much pleasure do you get when you overcome a fear? A ton of pleasure. And besides, it gives you something to talk about in the locker room, right? So here's a tip to create in creating your goals. Make your goal or vision or dream so real and so compelling that you're willing to endure some discomfort to get it. That you're willing to face some fears, to take some risks. I'll tell you what, that journey is going to be way more interesting. So make it compelling and see the outcome. See yourself taking that dream vacation and let it inspire you, or see yourself graduating or crossing the finish line, or see that huge balance in your savings account, or see your wedding day, whatever it is. Get really present to it. How good does it feel? How good would it feel to celebrate that victory with your friends or family? It really is possible. Okay, people, we're going to wrap this up. Quick recap. Remember to begin looking for pain and pleasure in your life. Once you can identify it, then you can take control. You can begin making new decisions. You can use pain and pleasure to work for you instead of against you. Make sense? All right. If you need to watch this video over again, do so. But now it's time to get out there, be a source of kindness, be a source of contribution. You matter, and you have something to offer this world. In fact, if you're investing your time in personal development, then you're exactly the type of person our world needs. Remember, someday has arrived. Your life is right now. Stay in action. I believe in you.